Today is my membership question and answer session. So I told everybody I was going to go live at 2 o'clock. It's about a minute to, so I'm a minute early. I'm just going to make sure I'm live in all the right places, because that's always an advantage, isn't it? Let's, where should we look first? Got so many devices here, I can't work out which one to look at. Okay, we're live on Facebook. Can I find me on YouTube? Don't normally look for myself on YouTube, being honest, and especially when I go live. Normally it's just Facebook, but if I can't find me, I'm going to assume we're live. We've got 3 people watching on Facebook. Hello, those 3 people. Drop us a comment, let us know you're here. I'm going to start the chit-chat and the Q&A very shortly. Just trying to see if I can find myself live on YouTube. Oh, yeah, it's telling me we're live. Let's click on that video. Why can't I find myself on this one? Let's go back to home. So we're definitely live on YouTube. We're definitely live on Facebook. Hey, there we go. Can I now get your comments up? That's the next big thing, isn't it? See what happens. Let's make that screen a bit bigger. So if you are jumping on, do drop us a comment. Let us know who you are, where you're from. If you've got any questions for me regarding the membership or line dancing in general, to be honest, we're going to be together for about 45 minutes to an hour, I guess. So if you've got any general questions you want to ask, please drop them in the comments. Hopefully I'll be able to see them. I have got some pre-submitted questions to talk to you about. I feel I'm on the angle. My desk is actually over here and you're over here, so I feel I'm on the angle, so I do apologise. Hope that doesn't look too weird. Still trying to get your comments up. Nothing's coming up at the moment, but maybe there aren't any comments. Who knows? Who knows? I tell you what, while people are finding us and dropping in, let me tell you about the membership. You're probably sick to death of the membership already, if I'm honest. But I have a week. I have 7 days to onboard as many members as I can. I only open the membership doors twice a year. So we'll come on to your Q&A very shortly. But the membership, if you haven't heard, if you haven't sat through this 17 times already, the membership is based on the back of the YouTube channel, where obviously I teach and dance through new, country, popular line dances. The membership was born on the back of the YouTube channel because people wanted more. So what the membership now looks like, we do a weekly live teach. Hopefully you either joined live or you've watched the catch up of last week's live teach, which I put out to the public. The link is out there. If you can't find it, let me know and I'll send it over to you. I teach 2 dances every week, 48 weeks of the year. I reserve 4 weeks for holiday and Christmas. I always teach a beginner dance and an improver dance. Now each of those might be slap bang in the middle of their level. They might be easy beginner, easy improver, or they might be beginner plus, improver plus, or a mix of the 2. I don't go into intermediate, so if you're looking for intermediate tuition and support, then I'm not your person. I only go up to improver, and that's a decision that I made a long time ago that I stick by. In fairness, just to caveat that, when I started the YouTube channel, it was only ever for absolute beginners and beginners. And then when I started the membership, I decided I did need to take that to the next level. I did need to add in improvers, which we now do. So every week you get the live teach. Happens on a Wednesday evening. I go live at 8:25. I start teaching at 8:30 p.m, currently GMT and UTC. Our clocks here in the UK change at the end of March, so then it goes to 8:30 BST for the summer. If you can't join us live, if you've got classes, family, work, or anything else, everything's available in catch-up. Everything I do within the membership is available in catch-up. Everything I do in the membership is recorded live. So if you join my live or if you watch the catch-up from Wednesday, there are mistakes. I go wrong fairly regularly, to be honest. Comedy line dance was one term that it was put towards it not that long ago. But that's fine. If I make mistakes, that gives you permission to make mistakes. I try not to make too many. I would say I do them on purpose to give you permission to make mistakes, but I really don't. Things happen. They often happen. So that is the nuts and bolts of the membership, those live teachers. But as well as the live teachers, we also do, every 6 weeks, I release a Blast from the Past session. Done 19 of them in the last 2.5 years. I sent a free one out on Friday. I think it was Blast from the Past 18 I sent out publicly. So again, if you haven't watched that, go and have a watch, learn some dances with me. If you can't find the link, drop me a message, I'll send it over to you. So I do that every 6 weeks, and they're always golden oldies, classic dances. Some are still danced, some were hugely popular in the day but don't get seen out very often anymore. Some maybe weren't as popular. I to do them. So yeah, Blast from the Past every 6 weeks. We also do every 6 weeks a revision night. So over the 6-week rotation of new dances, the members vote on their favourite dances. What I've taught, what were their favourites. Every 6 weeks, then I do a little revision night. A quick one-wall go, a quick reminder of how the dance goes, and then we dance it through with the music. Idea being, hopefully, people will have learnt them either on the live teach or on the catch-up, and they will only need a quick reminder before they go off and dance them through with me on the revision night. On top of all of that, the membership is built on community, and we have an amazing community. An absolute amazing community. I love each and every one of my members. They all contribute, they all chat and support, and yeah, there's just so much love within the membership. So we meet once a month on Zoom. It's a Friday evening, normally 7 p.m. If you can't get to the Zoom, guess what? There's a catch-up. But if you can get to the Zoom, we can chat. We can talk about line dancing. We can talk about what I've been teaching, what I haven't been teaching, anything and everything. We've had conversations about AI music. We have a trip to Birmingham, a members trip to Birmingham. No, Kidderminster. We went Birmingham last year, Kidderminster this year. So we talk about that and anything else that crops up. Dance socks, eggs, you name it, we've talked about it. There's a Facebook community. If you do Facebook, there's a Facebook community. So it's a private members group. It's a safe space, it's a happy space, and you'll be more than welcome to come and join that and interact and chat with all the other members. We also have a WhatsApp group. Now, primarily, the WhatsApp group is an announcements group, so I can send out notifications, reminders, links to videos, and this, that, and the other. But within that community, there is a chit-chat group. Some of our members did the 31-day Dance a Day challenge in December, and some of the members decided to carry on that for the whole year. So they've got their own chit-chat group on what they're dancing each day. We have a Kidderminster chat because some of us are going to Kidderminster in September. So yeah, it's a nice place to be. You can choose which groups you join or not join. You can pop in and pop out as you see fit on WhatsApp. So that is the nuts and bolts of the membership. But, and this is a huge but, this is probably, in my mind, the most valuable part of the membership. You get access to the Super Duper list. The Super Duper list is our back catalogue. Everything I've taught to the members over the last 2.5 years is in the Super Duper list. Now, I've got my website in front of me here, and it says 200 plus past live teach tutorials. I haven't updated that, and I don't even know if I updated that in September when I did the last opening. By my reckoning, 2 dances a week. We've done 114 weeks, so there's 228 dances just there. We've done 19 blasts from the past. There's another 56, if my maths is good, 56 dances there. I also send out bonuses. If I've got some YouTube tutorials that I want to put out, I'll send them out as a bonus. I'm teaching, I've got my own weekender down in Bournemouth next weekend. There's a couple of dances I'm teaching in Bournemouth that I haven't taught to the members. There'll be a bonus. I was in Eastbourne 3 weeks ago. There was an Eastbourne bonus. When we went to Birmingham last year, again, I taught a couple of dances that I hadn't taught online, hadn't taught on the membership. So there was a Birmingham bonus. Lots of bonuses. So there is, I reckon, over 360 dances in that back catalogue. Now, I'm not expecting any new member to go and do them all. That would just be silly. You're more than welcome to try. And I do have one member that I swear is working their way through that 360 dance list. But you can cherry pick. And the same with what I do live. You don't have to learn every dance I do live every Wednesday. If you want to, you can. But you might just want to do the ones you like. Or you might just want to do the ones that you're doing in your dance class. Or you might want to do the ones that you see on the dance floor. If you're new to line dancing, if you've only been line dancing 1, 2, 3 years, you've missed 27 years. Well, you're never going to catch up on that. But you can cherry pick the best of those dances, the dances that are still done out and about, the dances that are still done in your classes or at your socials. So you can really use the membership however you see fit. It's all there for you. You can use it all. You can use bits of it. You can bob it in and out. My only requirement for new members, my only requirement is you get value from what I do. I'm here to serve you. I want to teach you to line dance. I want you to get value from being part of the community and part of the membership. So if you become a member and you're not using it, you're not watching the videos, you're not catching up on the lives, then in the nicest possible way, I don't want your money. I don't want you to be here. I want you to get membership. I want you to be engaged. I want you to be part of the community, but I also want you to watch the videos and feel you're getting value for money. On value for money, how much is it? That's really key. Excuse me, I'm just going to have a slurp of my coffee. That's really key. So the membership currently, and I say currently, this time round is £14.50 a month. So less than weekly classes. Don't know what you're paying for weekly classes, but less than weekly classes in my mind. And you get the past 2.5 years for that price. If you join us here and now today or this week, your price will always be, for as long as you're a member, will always be £14.50. It will never change. Hello, Kelly. Kelly's watching, I think, over on YouTube. I think that's YouTube. No, that's not. That's Facebook. That's Facebook. That's YouTube. Yeah, your price band, whatever you join as, you automatically get grandfather rights. That is your price for as long as you're here. Now, my members tell me £14.50 is extremely good value and I should put the price up. It was £14.50 when I opened the doors last time. Next time I open the doors in September, it will be 12 months on. And 12 months on is another 150, 160, 180 dances in that back catalogue. I don't know. I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence. The members tell me I should be charging more. They can say that because they know their price isn't going up. I don't know. I might put the price up next time round. I might not. I haven't decided. I'm going to have to sleep on that and see. But either way, your price here and now, £14.50 for as long as you're a member. So, hello, Jackie. Jackie's one of my new members. Actually, Jackie, I was just thinking, what shall I do next? But on the basis Jackie's just said hello and given me a little wave, I know what I'm going to do next. So, we opened the doors 9 o'clock yesterday morning. I've already shouted out some of these names, but I'm going to shout them out again because I think it's worth it. So, we've had 16 new members join the membership in, what, 34 hours, something like that, since 9 o'clock yesterday. 16 new members. So first of all, round of applause to them. Huge welcome. Really pleased you're here. So our new members so far, and I have shouted these out before, but I'm going to go do it again. Diane, Belinda, Joanne, Nicola, Elizabeth, the name I'm hoping I'm saying right, Solvig, Abby, Janet, Robert, Jenny, Nicole, Lee, Cameron and Jackie. They were the first 13. They were the first 13 in the doors. I have shouted their names out before. New members who have joined today, so I haven't shouted these names out, so I'd like to give a huge, huge, huge welcome to Amanda, Anita and Beverly. Absolutely amazing. 16 brand new members. I'm really, really pleased. That takes us roughly up to about 85-ish maybe, I think. I must admit, I've lost count at the moment. I'll count it at the end when I close the doors. I'm aiming to get to 100. That's where I'd like to be. So another 15 of you would be absolutely amazing. That's where I'd like to get to. So before we go into Q&A, and again, I'll go through my website. Everything I'm telling you is on my website. It's linked into the description to both these videos. But I just want to run you through it. So who is the membership for? Now, when I started the membership, I've been thinking about it for a long time. I'd had the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is now 8 years old. It's doing absolutely amazingly. We just hit yesterday 150,000 view minutes in the last 28 days. 150,000 viewed minutes in 28 days. That is amazing. So to anybody watching, member or not member, huge thank you for watching my videos, because I can't tell you how much that means to me. I get messages, I get comments, I get emails from around the world. Just today, I've had a message from someone that I've only been line dancing 9 months. I love your videos. It's really helped me on my journey. So thank you. Huge thank you. I've currently got, what, 16,200 subscribers? I think there's 1,500 public videos on YouTube now. So yeah, YouTube channel's doing amazing. So I'd had the YouTube channel and it was like, how do I do more? How do I elevate it? And the idea of the membership had been bubbling away for a couple of years. And all of a sudden, 2.5 years ago, I had a beginner class, 1 hour beginner class, but I had to pay for the hall for 4 hours. And I was like, right, I've got the hall, I've got to pay for the hall. Let's go live. And that's how we started. It was purely an idea. And I chucked it out. I was like, guys, I'm going to go live every Wednesday. Who wants to come join me? And I got, hang on. Oh, where's it gone? I got 36 founding members on the back of that statement. The membership wasn't born. We didn't know what it was going to look like. We didn't know what it was going to include. And more to the point, I didn't really know who or why people were going to join. I thought it would be people that wanted more practice. People that go to dance classes and wanted to do more practice with me. Maybe some people that wanted to connect with me, see me on YouTube and want to take that to the next level. So 36 founding members joined. I'm really pleased to say, out of those 36 founding members, I think I've still got 34 of them in the membership. They are my absolute most loyal members, and it's amazing I've had them all that time. Maybe it's 33, something like that. So the founding members helped me develop the membership. So the membership now, here and now, if you're sitting at home watching this, you've watched some of my lives, you've watched my YouTube channels, if you've ever thought, I wish I had more chance to dance, I forget the steps as soon as I try them, I don't feel confident joining classes yet, that's an interesting one, I miss dancing with others, I want more practice, I want to go to classes but I can't, then the membership is for you. Like I say, I originally thought it would be people that wanted more practice, and some of my members do. Some of my members do 3 or 4 classes a week and then come home and do my videos, which is amazing. Others don't. Others can't get to class. Others haven't got a class near them on the right day, the right time, or the right level. I've got members that can't leave the house for one reason or another. I've got a member that health-wise, they can't do an hour's class. They can do 5, maybe 10 minutes worth of dancing, then they need to sit down and have a rest. So I've got lots of different people that join the membership for lots of different reasons and use it in different ways. And that's fine. That's absolutely fine. There is no right or wrong. As long as you're getting value out of it, it's the right place to be. Lost my train of thought. Don't know what I was thinking. Don't know where I was going with that. No. Yeah, it's a fun and supportive place to be. All the dances I teach, all the dances I teach, they're all new and popular, or becoming popular. I try to teach the dances on the way up the charts. I try to get the dances that I predict will be top 10, top 20 on Copper Knob. Don't always get that right. Sometimes a dance will come out, I'll teach it, and it will go absolutely nowhere. On other occasions, I'll put a dance out and within a week, 2 weeks, it's number 1. Amazing. Sometimes I miss them. Sometimes I look at them, no, I'm not sure about that one, and it goes to top 10. So then I'll teach it at that stage, which is what we had this week. I taught the number 1 and number 4 dance on Copper Knob, Do Side Do and Role Model. Happy to say, Role Model was number 1, Do Side Do was number 4, but that's now number 2. So I taught the top 2 on Copper Knob this week. Like I say, I try to catch them on the way up the charts. I try to be ahead of the curve, but it doesn't always work. And there's only so many weeks, only so much time in the week and the year. So sometimes I'll see a dance, think, yeah, I want to teach that next week. And by the time I get there, it's number 1 or it's top 10. So the majority of what I teach is country. If you're here for intermediate, I'm not your person. If you're here for non-country, pop or anything else, I'm not your person. Probably, I've never calculated it, but I reckon realistically, I'd like to say 70%, but realistically, 80% of what I teach is to country. I do pop in some pop and Latin and bits and bobs as we go, but my love is country, and that's where I default back to, if I'm absolutely honest. So yeah, so if you want more dances, newer dances, top of the charts dances, more practice, a safe, friendly, fun community, then this is the place you need to be. So, without further ado, questions and answers. Now, I haven't got that many people watching as far as I can tell. But if you are watching, if you've got any questions on anything I've just said there, or if you've got any questions on anything else, drop them in the comments. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to see them. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to scroll back and I will answer them after I've done the pre-submitted questions. If for any reason I can't see your questions, I will answer them when I go live tomorrow because, hang on, find my right piece of paper, slurp my coffee again because I always forget my coffee. Always goes cold. So I'm doing this same session tomorrow evening, same Q&A, live on YouTube and Facebook, 9 PM tomorrow evening, 9 PM GMT. If you want to come and chat to me face to face, so again, maybe you've watched this, you've watched the lives, you've done the blast from the past, and you actually want to come and interact with me and talk to me person to person, at 8 PM tonight, I'm doing a Zoom call where, again, I'll probably go through the nuts and bolts of the membership, but more so I can show you. I can screen share, I can show you the super duper list, I can show you all the bits you can find and all how much of it there is in the back catalogue. So yeah, 8 PM tonight on Zoom. The link has gone out on email. Again, if you haven't got that for any reason, drop me a message, I'll send it over to you. And then lastly, before we go into the Q&A, which I am doing in a minute, if you're a line dance instructor, if you're a new line dance instructor, maybe you started classes in the last year, maybe last 2 years, or if you're thinking about teaching for the first time, there's a lot of new classes cropping up, there's a lot of new instructors cropping up and down the country and around the world because we are worldwide. What I do is very UK based, but we do have worldwide members. If that's you, if you're thinking about teaching or you just started teaching, I have a second membership. Now, the membership was only born last July because I had people in this membership that I wasn't serving. They were those new or aspiring line dance instructors and they'd joined, but I wasn't giving them anything. I was only giving them dances and I felt they needed or wanted more. So I split it and I've now got the Line Dance Instructor Hub, separate membership for new and aspiring line dance instructors. So if you are one of those people and you're sitting here thinking, I want to join, hold off. Drop me a message, let me know. But also I have got a chit chat tomorrow on Zoom, 3 PM, all will be recorded. This is being recorded, everything will be recorded. It'll all go out in catch up and whatnot. 3 PM on Zoom for the Line Dance Instructor Hub. Now the doors to that aren't open at the moment, but they are opening in a month's time. They're opening at the end of March, so not long to wait. It's not much more money, if I'm honest, and you get access to the full dancer membership. So you get both for slightly more money. So yeah, come join the Zoom tomorrow, watch it and catch up, drop me a message, doors open to that in a month's time. Don't join the dancer membership because you won't get what you need or want. Hold off, talk to me first. So, questions and answers. Now, I'm hoping I can read my handwriting because don't know if you can see that. I've scrawled down all the questions that I've been asked. Some of these have been submitted on email. Some have been asked on posts that I've put on social media. So hopefully I've captured everything. Like I say, if you've got a question, drop it in the comments and I'll hopefully be able to see them at the end. I'm loving the first question. The first question comes from Lee, new member Lee. Lee asks, how many coffees do I drink? In truth, not that many. Maximum 3 a day. But every time I record a podcast, I've got a podcast launching soon. Every time I record a podcast, every time I record an instructor's training session, every time I do a Facebook Live or a Zoom chit chat, I always have a coffee. But quite often, especially when I record the trainings, I record 2 or 3 trainings within an hour and a half. It's often the same coffee. This one's quite cold already. But I do like my coffee. We won't get into my coffee order because my coffee order is very specific, but we're not going to get into that. So, Helen asks, what is a freestyle video? Good question, Helen, good question. I talk about freestyle videos, freestyle dance throughs all the time. And it's a little bit of my terminology, if I'm honest. So, from a dance world point of view, a freestyle dance is where you do your own thing. My freestyle videos, I relabeled them on YouTube in recent years. I now label them freestyle stroke demo. So when I teach, both on YouTube and in the membership, I teach exactly like I teach in class. I'm on the stage, we break it down, sets of 8 counts normally. We'll practice any tricky steps. We'll then learn the next 8 counts, put them together, the next 8 counts, put them together. Once we've learned the whole dance, we'll practice it a couple of times to the front wall, then we'll do the second wall, the third wall, the fourth wall. Then we'll put it all together, go around all the walls, exactly like you've seen on all my videos. I then do dance through with verbal instructions. Again, exactly like I would do in class. We dance it through with me talking over the mic, giving you the pointers, the cues, the steps as needed. And as the music goes on, I reduce that down. Hopefully by the end of the track, I've stopped or very little, depending on the dance, depending on the level. On YouTube, I then do what I call freestyle demo. It used to just be called a freestyle dance through. For me, in classes, in-person classes, we'll do freestyle dances at the beginning of the class and at the end of the class. And in theory, this doesn't always work in class, but in theory, I put the music on and the dancers dance it. So it's their warm-up, it's their cool-down at the end, it's their little bit of disco session, freestyle session. I call that a freestyle dance through. So my freestyle videos are exactly that. I do my little intro, I count you in. I always call tags and restarts because I'm working on the bass. We've just learnt the dance, it's new. I do call them demos. In a demo, official demo, I probably wouldn't call tags and restarts, but I think it's quite useful. So yeah, my freestyle videos are basically just a dance through of the dance, count in, I'll call tags and restarts, but no instruction. You are on your own. So on YouTube, what I say to people is do the teach, do the dance through with verbal instructions. If you're happy with that, then do the freestyle. If you're not happy with that, go back and do the dance through with verbal instructions a couple of times, like you would in class. I would never in class go, week 1, dance through with verbal instructions, week 2, you're on your own freestyle. I would call it for at least 3, 4, 5 weeks, depending on the dance, sometimes 6, 7 weeks. Again, reducing it down as we go, removing that support as the dancers find their feet and build their confidence. But that's what my freestyle dance through videos are. It's a straight through. So once you're happy with the dance, you can just dance it. And they're on YouTube. That actually leads me to a very good point that I didn't mention earlier, but I'm gonna digress slightly. As I do so well, I can waffle for England. You will learn that. Everything I do in the membership, and I'm upfront and honest, I'm extremely upfront and honest, possibly too honest, but everything I do in the membership, everything we do on the live teachers on the Wednesday, all the bonuses, all the Blast from the Past sessions, all those dances, all those videos end up on YouTube. They go out publicly. For free. But you're paying for it. Why are you paying for it? Actually, I think I might have another question around this, but I may have jumped the gun, but I'm going to carry on. You get, obviously, access to me, the community. You get the live teach. You get the raw, unedited, me on the stage, teaching it, talking it through, going wrong, restarting the music, which the members like. They like the mistakes. You get no adverts. You don't get the video split into 3. All my YouTube videos, because of music copyright laws, all my YouTube videos are split into 3. Part 1 is the teach. Part 2 is the dance through with verbal instructions. Part 3 is the freestyle, the demo version. On the membership, you get the live teach. You get all 3 of those, bang, 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 one video straight through, no adverts, no interruptions other than me waffling. So yeah, everything I do for the membership goes onto YouTube, but it goes on about 6 weeks late. So where Role Model is #1 on Copper Knob now, that video won't go live to the public for at least 6 weeks, sometimes 7, 8 weeks, just depending on how I get on with things. So it will get out there, but it's 6 weeks down the line. And by that time, Role Model, for instance, might be down the charts. It might be number 10, it might be number 40, who knows? But you get of the minute, up to date, instant, time bound, live. Hope that makes sense. What's my next question? So Bridget asks, and I've possibly already covered it, but I'm going to answer it again, never mind. Bridget asks, day and time of live teach and length. So I go live every Wednesday evening. I hit live at 8:25. I start teaching it at 8:30 p.m. currently GMT and UTC, Greenwich Mean Time and Universal Time around the world. When we hit the end of March, that goes to 8:30 p.m. BST, British Summer Time. So if you're around the world, you need to work out what time that is. If you've got clocks that change as well, it's a little bit difficult around clock change time, but we managed to work it out. Length, I always aim for under an hour, depending on the dances. In an ideal world, I would hit sort of 45, 50 minutes, but if I've got an Improver Plus dance, if I've got a Beginner Plus dance in there, it might be 55 minutes, it might be the hour. If I've got two easy dances, if it just coincidentally, the two dances I've chosen, if they're both sort of lower end of their level, it might only take 45 minutes. So yeah, anywhere between 45 minutes and an hour. Again, they go live, but you get the catch-up the next day. The catch-up is added to the website, which I don't think I've done for this week yet. I've had rather a lot going on. I must do that. Apologies, members. So sorry. Lost my train of thought yet again. Do that quite often as well. Yeah, so you get the catch-up the next day. And again, you can do it when you want. If you can join me live, brilliant. Out of the membership, probably 10 to 15% of the members join me either regularly or semi-regularly. Probably another 5 to 10% bob in and out as and when they can, and the other 75% I never see live. But they watch the catch-ups, or I hope they watch the catch-ups. Or they cherry-pick the dances they want to do, so they might wait until those dances become popular in their area, and then they'll go back and revise them. And I'd like to think, oh, this is a big statement, I'd like to think the vast majority, I was going to say all, but I changed it, the vast majority of the popular, beginner and improver dances are in our back catalogue. There's a few that I've missed. I had to go back recently. I actually put it in a Blast from the Past session, although it wasn't. I missed Cold Heart. I think Cold Heart was a COVID dance, and I wasn't dancing over COVID, and I didn't dance for a couple of years after COVID, so I never did Cold Heart. So I actually put that into a Blast from the Past session, just because I felt it should be on the channel and in the back catalogue. So yeah, Bridget, hopefully that answers your question. Wednesday, 8:30 p.m, currently GMT, and anywhere between 45 minutes to an hour. Barbara asks about cancellation. That's a good question. It's another question that I should have already talked about and I forgot, so thank you for asking. And actually, Bridget also asked about minimum commitment in terms of months. So, you are free to cancel whenever you want. There is no minimum commitment. You pay, so let's say you go and subscribe now. You come off of this Zoom and think, yep, I want to join Richard. I'm really excited. I want in on this membership. You go and sign up, you pay by PayPal. You pay your first month. There is an option for an annual, but let's leave that for a second. You pay your first month, £14.50. You are committed. You are part of the membership for 30 days. When the next payment comes out, you get the next 30 days. If you decide in your first month, in that first 30 days, this isn't for me, we can cancel your PayPal reoccurring link. Now, depending on how you sign up with PayPal, you might be able to do that directly, or you might need to contact me and I can do it. I can do it really easily, but you do need to let me know. I will always ask, if you want to cancel it, I will always ask why. Purely from my point of view, purely for me learning and building and evolving the membership. One of my first members that left, going back 2.5 years ago, gave me probably the biggest piece of advice that I needed. They left within the first month, 6 weeks, whatever it was, and can I ask why? And they were like, well, yeah, because everything you're doing, you're putting straight on YouTube, so I might as well get it for free. I hadn't realised. Hadn't even thought about it. I'm teaching it on a Wednesday. By the weekend, it's live on YouTube. So I now knocked that on that one single comment. I knocked it back 6 weeks. So for 6 weeks, I put nothing on YouTube. And then once the 6 weeks was up, I went back to putting on 2 dances every week, but 6 weeks in delay. And touch wood, no one's left since on that basis. So yeah, I'll always ask why, but you're free to leave. Like I say, if you're not getting value from it, if you're not enjoying it, if you're not learning, if you're not getting time to do it, time is the biggest reason I have for people leaving. They join because they want to do it, they're enthusiastic, and then they don't find the time. I'll come back to that in 1 second. So yeah, cancellation, you're free to cancel at any time you like. All I ask is a week's notice before your payment's due out. Messaging me on the day that your payment's due out via PayPal is quite problematic because I won't necessarily get onto PayPal in time to cancel it. Now, when you sign up with PayPal, a couple of things. You can sign up via an account. If you have a PayPal account or if you want a PayPal account, you can sign up via a PayPal account. and then you control the payment. So if you want to cancel that, you just sign into your PayPal account, you go to reoccurring payments, and you hit cancel. I'll email you to go, oh, I see you've cancelled. Was that a mistake, or are you wanting to leave us? What are the reasons, please? But you can control that. If you sign up as a guest, if you haven't got a PayPal account, you don't want a PayPal account, if you sign up as a guest, then you can't cancel that payment. But I can. I can cancel it really easily, really quickly. Once I've signed on to PayPal, once I've found you within my PayPal, I can hit cancel in two clicks of a button, 2 clicks of a mouse. But you have to let me know that. You have to tell me that. Please don't go to the bank and try and cancel it through them, because it causes so much confusion, because they can't do it either. They have to register it as fraud, and it gets very, very messy, if I'm honest. So yeah, just talk to me. I don't bite, and I've every member that's left in the last two and a half years, I've wished them well. I've shook their hand electronically, and I've told them if they ever want to come back, they know where I am. And actually, Sarah came back to us 6 months ago, and actually just yesterday, Abby's returned to us. Abby was in the membership before, left for whatever reason, same as Sarah. Life changed, didn't work quite for them. They've both come back. So that for me is the hugest pat on the back, because A, we left on good terms, and B, they obviously missed it. Life's changed again. They now feel they can get that value, so they've come back. So I will always welcome old members back with open arms. And I will always wish anybody that wants to leave pat on the back. I want you to be here. I want to serve you. I want to give you what you need and want. If I'm not giving you what you need and want, like I say, I don't want your money. Just on the back of that, this Q&A is going very tangents and things, but it reminds me of things I need to say. The biggest reason I have for people cancelling is time. They love the idea of the membership. They love the idea of the live teachers and the modern country, up-to-date dances. They take out membership and then they don't do anything with it. They don't look at the videos. They don't get round to anything. And I get that. Life is busy. Families, work, classes, everything else that goes on in life is busy. And what I say to all my members, what I say to you, if you're considering taking out the membership, if you were to go to a line dance class on a Wednesday evening, Sunday morning, Saturday afternoon, whenever, you put it in your diary. You tell the other half, you tell the kids, you write it on the fridge planner, whatever you've got. You commit that time to, I'm going line dancing at 7 o'clock on a Tuesday evening. And because it's in the diary, and because you've told the other half, generally it happens. There's always a week where it goes wrong, you're on holiday or you're called into work, but you've committed that time. Once you've committed that time, that is your block of time. So what I say to all my members is to do the same. If you're joining, look at your diary. Doesn't have to be a Wednesday evening. If it is a Wednesday evening, brilliant, because if you know I'm going to be live, there's quite a motivation to get everything set up and get dinner out of the way, ready to join me at 8:30. But if Wednesday evening doesn't work for you, write in your diary, tell hubby, tell the kids, whatever else, I'm going line dancing with Richard in the lounge at 10 o'clock on Saturday morning, at 9 o'clock Sunday night. Whenever suits you, whenever suits your life, commit an hour's time to do some line dancing. And that might be the live catch-up, or it might be 2 dances out of the back catalogue. You might choose to learn 1 new dance out the back catalogue every week and practice a few that you've been learning the last few weeks, because line dancing is practice. In class, we teach a dance week 1, we do it again week 2, again week 3, quicker teachers week 4, week 5. Hopefully come week 6, week 7, can just put the music on and dance it. So on video, do the same. Learn a new dance this week on your time slot that you've allocated. Next week, learn another new dance, but do this week's new dance again. And set yourself up, almost set yourself up a lesson plan so you know what your new dance is and what you're practicing from previous weeks. But commit the time and tell people, write it in the diary, tell the other half. Yeah, hope that makes sense. Another slurp of cold coffee. How are we doing with my questions? Are we getting there? And I've had at least 1, if not 2 submitted that hopefully I can find. Fingers crossed. Anonymous asked, what if I can't get a dance? I've just covered that. Exactly the same in class. We practice. Skills in life take practice. We don't learn to drive a car on the first lesson. We don't become fluent in French on the first lesson. We don't become an expert baker on our first loaf of bread. Line dancing takes practice. So exactly that. Do my teach. do what you can do with it. You can rewind me, you can slow me down on YouTube, you can slow me down, so everything in the back catalogue, if I'm going too fast, or you want to walk it through slower, excuse me, you can slow me down on YouTube. When the music comes on, if you want to slow me down, you can slow me down on YouTube. If there's bits that you're struggling with, if there's bits you don't quite get, rewind it, do it again. That's the beauty of the back catalogue and the catch-up. You don't get that live, unfortunately. Do what you can do, dance it through. Couple of days later, week later, revisit it, do the teach again. If you're happy with the teach, and just do yourself a quick one more go, jump in halfway through when we're going to do the 4 walls, dance it through the music. So you can use it however you see fit, but it is all practice. I don't expect anybody to be foot perfect on the first week, depending on the level of the dance, depending on your dance experience and how long you've been going and everything. It takes practice. So, Sarah asked, I already go to in-person classes. What benefit will I get joining online that I don't get in classes? So again, something else I haven't said, and I need to say this, and I probably need to go live elsewhere and say this. Line dancing, funnily enough, is about dancing in lines. So to dance in lines, you need people. You need someone to your right and someone to your left. Yeah, that might be back to front, but you know what I mean. I'm a line dance instructor. I've been teaching in person for 21 years. I did have 3 years off after COVID, but I've been teaching online, in person for 21 years. I would say, if you're new to line dancing, or if you want to get back into line dancing, find a class. Find an in-person class that suits you, suits your level. It's on a day and a time that suits your lifestyle and everything else. That is where I would send each and every person primarily. But the membership is about extra practice, or if that isn't possible for whatever reason. So some people, some of my members, just use it as extra practice. They go once a week, they learn a new dance, they practice the old dances, but they want more. They want to learn more dances, they want more practice. Other people can't get to those classes, so they use the membership instead of. But they're still exercising, they're still moving, they're still learning the dances, they're still keeping their mind active. So the membership is a lot of different things to a lot of different people. If you go to classes, if you do 3-4 classes a week, you do socials, you do the odd weekender, and you're happy with that, happy days, no problem. If you go to a class or a couple of classes and all they ever teach is the old classics, the black coffees and the tush pushes, nothing wrong with those dances, but maybe you want more. Maybe you go out to socials and you see people doing heel toe rodeo and Trailblazer and all the new dances, all the really popular dances, all the dances that the bands and the soloists are singing on the circuit. If your teacher doesn't teach them for whatever reason, come join the membership, because I do. The membership means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. So it's working out what value will it add to you. And I want you to find value. And the community is so supportive. I've said it earlier, I love all my members. We did our first ever in-person meetup last year. We all went up to, well, not all, a number of us went up to Birmingham. I think there was 13 of us over the weekend. It wasn't a weekend, it wasn't a line dance weekend. It was a group of friends going away, meeting. We did a meal, we did a workshop, we jumped in on a charity day, we did a country music club. It was just a dance weekend of friends. And we'd never met. The vast majority of the people in Birmingham I'd never met before. And we got on like a house on fire, and it felt like a 10-year reunion of people that haven't seen each other for a whole decade. We all knew each other. We knew everything about each other, but we'd never met. It was amazing. And since then, I've met more members. I met some members down in Eastbourne, same thing. Got on like a house on fire. It was just old friends coming together. And actually, those friends are now absolute confirmed new friends and will be for a long time to come. The membership wanted to do another in-person meet. So this year in September, anybody that joins can come join us if you're close, or if you want a road trip to Kidderminster. First weekend in September, we're going to Kidderminster. Again, there's a charity day, all-day line dance and country music event. We will find a country music club to go to. We'll have a group meal. If there's enough of us, we'll do a little workshop with me, an in-person workshop with me. But yeah, it's all fun. It's all fun. The membership means lots of different things to lots of different people. I went off on a tangent there, Sarah. I hope I answered your question. I think I did. The last question that was pre-submitted is from Jonathan. I have answered this. I thought I had a question. What is the membership benefit over YouTube? So I mentioned it earlier, but again, in bullet point style, me live in person, mistakes and all. No adverts, no breaks in video, community, and direct access to me. So it's the YouTube channel on steroids, if you like. And I'll be honest, the YouTube channel, I get so many requests. I think in my early videos, I don't say it anymore, but in my early videos, the first couple of years, I was always like, oh, if you've got any requests, send them through. I probably get 10 requests a week for dances. Or can you teach this? Can you teach this? Have you got a video for this? I don't get a chance. I write them all down in the best way I would like to do them. Every now and again, someone will request a dance and I'm like, yeah, that's a good idea. I need to do that one. But a lot of them, I just don't get around to. I will prioritise members' requests. If members ask me to teach something, providing it fits within the membership, providing it fits in with what we do and the levels we do it at, I will always prioritise the membership. Yeah. So that's the benefit of the membership over YouTube. Hope that all makes sense. Now, I've had a couple of questions now. Let's see if I can find them. I'm hoping. Okay, I can't see anything on YouTube. Oh, I've got full screen now. Where's the comments then? I always have problems with comments. I have problems with comments. Oh, okay. I found one on YouTube. So, question from new member Jackie. What's Jackie saying? How do you find the time to do all that you do? When would be a good time to start socials? Okay, so Jackie's taking this from a slightly different angle. Jackie is going to be, I think starts in a couple of weeks' time, 3 weeks' time, a brand new line dance instructor. So, how do I find time to do what I do? I've been line dancing 30 years. I've been teaching 21 years. I did have a couple of years off after COVID. I love what I do. Line dancing for me, until very recently, has always been a side gig, but it's always been a side gig that I love. I've always loved it. I've always loved teaching. I've always loved the videos from the moment I started the YouTube channel, which was almost by accident. It was just a little teaching aid for a little class I was doing. It was a 45-minute class and it wasn't long enough. So I was like, right, I'll put some videos on YouTube. You can practice at home. And they loved it and it worked really well. And it built from there. And then when COVID hit, we went from like 300 subscribers to 3,000 within 4 weeks. And of course, I had nothing else to do because it was COVID. I wasn't allowed to do anything. So I started teaching videos, as a lot of instructors did. But after COVID, when the classes recommenced, I brought back my in-person classes to start with before I moved. But I then carried on YouTube and I carried on pushing it. And now it's absolutely amazing. So yeah, I don't consider my line dance business, my almost empire, let's say, because I've got lots of different parts of my line dancing now. I don't consider any of them work. Up until May last year, so what, 10 months ago, I worked, always worked. I had gone down to 3 days a week because I have got another business as well. I do paint parties in pubs as my other business. So yeah, about 2 years ago, I dropped 2 days from my paid job because actually line dancing and paint parties was paying me a little bit of money and I could afford to drop down to 3 days. And then May last year, life changed again and I went all in. The line dancing was doing really well. The paint parties were doing really well. I wasn't giving either of them the time that they deserved. I I got rid of my day job, cooking eggs. There's a link, isn't there? I keep saying eggs. I was cooking breakfast for a hotel chain and I gave it up and went full-time line dancing and paint parties. And I would say now, probably line dancing has taken up 60% of my working week. But I don't consider either job, paint parties or line dancing, work. I love them both. They're both an absolute pleasure. And yeah, I get paid to do what I love, which is why I love the membership, because the membership pays me to do what I love doing. It pays me to create content. Everything I do, it allows me to do and love. And I'm launching a new podcast. I have put it out there. I haven't advertised it as wide as I should. End of March, I'm launching the Line Dance Chit Chat podcast, talking to grassroots line dance instructors, events organisers, country music singers, anybody connected to the line dance world, to be honest. So yeah, so that's coming out. And actually, it's a good point because it's going live at the end of March, but my members allow me to do, they pay me to do what I do. So they always get priority and they're always front centre of what I do and my thought processes. So actually my memberships are going to get advanced previews of those podcasts. So actually, probably next week, within the next 2 weeks, let's say, the first episodes will start dripping out to the members so they can pre-listen to it before it goes live at the end of March. Another reason to join, maybe? Probably not. More of a bonus, more of a bonus. I might as well give it to my members because I appreciate them. I absolutely love my members. They allow me to do what I do. So yeah, how do you find the time to do what you do? I'm lucky I don't work. Well, I do work, just, yeah. I haven't got a paid job. When's a good time to start socials? So, Jackie, if you join the Line Dance Instructor Hub, I've got trainings inside there. I think there's about 22 trainings now. We cover lots of different topics from starting classes, advertising classes, how to teach, what to teach, and we go right through that. And there is a training in there on socials. I would say if you're starting new classes, I would give it at least a year. See how it goes. If you get 3 classes and you've got 100 people at each very quickly, then you might be able to bring that forward. But I would concentrate on classes, giving them the focus of getting the dances and getting the confidence, and then maybe a year down the line start thinking about your first, maybe Christmas. Maybe Christmas would be a good time to do a CD Christmas party night. And then you can build on that from there. My beginners classes in Wickford in Essex, my in-person classes have been going 2.5 years. We started September. I think we did our first Christmas party 15 months later. Last year, then I did 2 CD party nights and 2 in-person live music nights that the members get to watch in on. Come back to that. This year, I've got 4 CD party nights and 3 live music nights over the course of 2026 for my in-person beginners. And another membership bonus, which I forgot to mention. I forgot to mention the birthday party as well. Oh, I love it. I love it. There's so much of it. It's ridiculous. My members asked, and I'm more than happy to oblige, could they watch in on my in-person socials? And I'm like, well, yeah, I'm there. So I put a camera on the window and they watched the stage, the red curtain stage, same venue. They watch me on stage running my in-person CD party nights and the live music events. So when we've got a live act on, and so far we've had KD and Glenn Rogers. This year we've got Just Donna and 2 others that I can't remember top of my head. I've got lots of people booked. Is Nadine booked for this year? I think Nadine might be booked for 1. And somebody else, but I've got people booked next year as well, so I'm not going to say all the names because I can't remember. So yeah, so as a membership, if you want to, totally optional. You can watch along, you can dance along, entirely up to you. But again, they're all on the super duper list. All that is backup catalogue. We also did, for the first time ever, last November, the membership was 2 years old. So for the first time, I did a birthday party, and it was recorded for the members. So my in-person stuff is for my beginners. I'm on stage, I'm calling their dances. It's very much a fly on the wall. But the birthday party, I asked Nadine to record us a full gig. 2 45 minutes and a 30-minute, 2 hours worth of her singing. I then superimposed me dancing to the side of her singing, and we had our second birthday party. So it was purely for the members. Their dances that we'd been teaching, or the old classics that I know they know. Nadine singing, me dancing, and we had an online, live recorded birthday party. And we're doing that again for our 3rd birthday, and I've already recorded it. I got ahead of the game. It's not till November, but I've already recorded the artist. I do need to record my dancing, but that's fine. I've got 6 months to do that. So there will be a bonus 3rd birthday party in November for anybody that joins. And again, all of that is in the back catalogue. Everything we've done from day 1 is in the back catalogue. Okay, that's Jackie's comments answered. And I think I had a question on YouTube. And again, let's see if I can find it. So Patricia says, I'm going to read some comments because I like them. Patricia says, I'd like to say Richard is very approachable. Any problems, just talk to him. So true. So true. Thank you, Pat. I thought that was... Oh, maybe that was the comment I saw. Maybe there's no questions on Facebook. Maybe that was the thing I saw flash up. Thank you, Pat. That's nice of you to say. More coffee. More coffee. People that won Costa coffee cards on the live teach. I haven't forgotten. You're on my jobs list. I will get them issued shortly. I haven't forgotten. So, that is the end. 55 minutes. Slightly longer than I was thinking, but never mind. Hope it was informative. Hopefully I answered your questions either directly or indirectly. If you've got further questions, if you want to talk to me, if you've got anything specific you want to ask, you can email me, learn2linedance at, do that again, learn2linedance@gmail.com, or you can come to the in-person Zoom. When's that? Hang on. 8 p.m. tonight, chit chat and demo on Zoom. The Zoom login details have gone out on email. If you haven't got them for any reason, if you're not on my email list, drop me a message. I'll get them over to you. 8 p.m. GMT tonight. If you're an instructor thinking about the Instructor Hub, feel you want that support and mentorship and community, come join me tomorrow, Sunday, 1st of March, 3 p.m. Again on Zoom. Same login details, but again on Zoom. Jackie says, very informative, Richard. Thank you. You're more than welcome, Jackie. More than welcome. And we'll chat about the hub. Like I say, officially the doors aren't open, but they will be very soon. So because I've had lots of questions, I've had lots of interest, I thought it was worth popping in an extra Zoom chat for that. But like I say, it's only for new and aspiring instructors. If you've been teaching 5, 10, 15, 20 years, in my opinion, you know what you're doing. You don't need me. You might think different, and that's fine. I'm not going to turn anybody away, but it's really aimed at those just starting classes or have just started classes. Another Q&A tomorrow night, so if you've just watched all this, you probably don't need to come because you've probably got the answers that I'm going to say all again, but I thought it was quite good to do a second one in the evening when maybe more people are around. If you've heard all you need, if you like the sound of the membership, if you've watched the live, if you've watched the Blast from the Past workshop, if you're ready to join, go do it now. Don't leave it till the last minute. There's always a last minute rush. We have a bit of a rush when I open the doors, which happened yesterday. 16 new members. Amazing. We have a trickle of new members over the next few days, and then Thursday it goes mad. And there's always a rush, and there's always at least one, sometimes two. I think last time 3 people that missed out. I shut the doors, I take down the link, I lock the doors, I hide the key. And the reason I do that is because I'm here to serve my members. Opening the doors, doing these Q&As and the live teachers and stuff takes quite a bit of energy, quite a lot of thought process, quite a lot of time. And I'll do that twice a year quite happily, it's not a problem. But I want to serve my members. I want to be here for the community. I want to give the members my absolute best. Like I say, I haven't linked the catch-up from Wednesday to the website. I normally do that Thursday lunchtime at the latest. We're now Saturday afternoon and I've not done it. I think I've still got a video to upload, if truth be known. I need to look at that after I've finished here as well. But I'm here to serve my members. So I shut the doors because I need to block out all that noise of people that want to join. So when the doors close, you then have to wait till September. And the price might go up. I'm not going to guarantee it. I don't know. But it might go up. So if you're ready, if you've heard everything you need, go join now. There's a live teach session for members only on Wednesday. And then next Saturday, I will be away in Bournemouth at a hotel teaching and running a weekender. But I've made time. We're going to do our new member welcome and onboarding introduction session. Again, I'll show everybody where things are, where they can find all the key information they need. But there's a live teach next Wednesday. So if you want in on that, join now and you'll get all the sign up instructions and all the links you need. So you can either join me live or watch catch up. Right. I'm going to go and put my coffee in the microwave and reheat it. I'll bid you all a good afternoon. I'm back on Zoom 8 p.m. tonight. Once again, welcome to all the new members. Really pleased you're here. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. Thank you for your questions. I'll see you all soon. Good night, God bless. Good afternoon, God bless.